Yes, it's me back again. Um, that was almost that was almost T-Boz. Yes, it's me again, and I'm back. Let's talk about sister girl. Let's go on over here and look. Take a gander, honey. Let's take a gander. Okay. Now, Sister is an American television sitcom starring Tia and some other girl, Mallory, as identical twin sisters separated at birth who are reunited as teenagers. It premiered on April 1st, 1994, which is a month before I presented myself to the world. I was evicted. I was evicted from the womb. Let's not tell lies and make it seem like I was born, honey. I was evicted. Um, as part of the TGIF comedy. What is my problem? Lineup, and it finished its run on the WB on May 23rd, which is 2 days before my 5th birthday. Airing 119 episodes over 6 seasons. The predominantly Black cast consisted of the Mallory sisters with KailahJr, our legendary mother of the time. What? We can't see her. Hold on. We're going to get it to pop up at the bottom. KailahJr, our legendary mother, honey, and Tim Reed, our legendary father, who turned out to be Grace Greenleaf's daddy, co-starring as their respective adoptive parents, alongside Marquise Houston, who was Batman and Immature, that we're gonna have to pull up down here because we can't see him. Him right here, who had married a 19-year-old, and we was all like, I don't know. And we still are. As their annoying neighbor, Roger. Fine, Rodrigo Lee. They don't have a picture of Rodrigo? That's okay, we're gonna pull him up. Fine, Rodrigo Lee. Here he is. You may know him as the casket sharp dead body on Queens, honey. But this is him. And I think that is a beautiful man. He always playing some kind of a villain, though. God bless him. Anyway, and Dion Richmond, who was child, I don't even know who Dion was on who Dion played. Who he played on Sister. I'm pulling this up like me seeing him on Sister ain't gonna make him not Bud. Like it just looked like Bud. Who he had played, child. Anyway. How old is Dion Richmond now? He ought to be 40. Let's take a look. 43, honey. 43. Oh, he retired in 2014. I understand. All his life he had been on TV. Anyway, the series was created by Kim Bass, Gary Gilbert, and Fred Schaefer-Mann, and produced by DePass Entertainment and Paramount Network Television. As a result of ABC removing Sister from its TGIF lineup for its second season, ratings declined significantly, and the network ultimately canceled the series in April 1995. The series was then picked up by the WB Child as a replacement for Muscle, which I've never heard of, on its Wednesday night lineup, where it aired for an additional 4 seasons until May 1999. In April 2018, a potential revival of Sister was confirmed, but was not pursued due to a lack of interest because we didn't want it. I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't we don't want that. Child, we already saw them had done get together at the mall, honey, and looked at each other like they was mirrors and realized that they were not mirrors. And then be like, girl, she's got my face. We've already seen it. We don't need to see it again. In the pilot, the twins are reunited during a chance encounter shopping at a clothing store at the mall with their adoptive parents, which I don't understand how you have grown to be 14, 15 years old and you hadn't figured out you had a twin and y'all live in the same town. Because I feel like if I was at the store and folks was like, Sharon, I'd be like, I'm not Sharon. And they'd be like, girl, you're Sharon. Why are you not? You're not you Sharon. Why are you acting like you ain't Sharon and being funny with me? Like I would have felt felt some kind of way. Anyway, Tia played Tia Landry. She's the one we recognize, honey. She's down. She is the intelligent twin from inner city Detroit, where her adoptive mother, Lisa Jacques Herre, works as a seamstress. Now, Tamara, on the other hand, is the boy crazy twin from the suburbs, where her adoptive father, Ray, Tim Reed, owns a successful limousine service. After the unexpected reunion, Ray reluctantly allows Tia and Lisa to move in because Lisa was about to take a job in St. Louis, which would have separated the girls again. The girls' neighbor is nerdy Roger Evans, played by Marquise Honey Marcus, an annoying teenager who is infatuated with both of them and who eventually evolves into a perfect gentleman they both find attractive in the later seasons of the series, which I thought was always very odd because we was always telling Roger to go home and now we telling Roger to come back. It was very odd. In the final season, when the girls go off to college, Roger ceases to appear in the series because he was still in high school, though he does return as a guest in the final episode. By the 5th season, Tia and Tamara ended up with steady boyfriends. Tia's is Tyreek Scott, who is fine Ron Rico Lee, and Tamara's is Jordan Bennett, who is pretty cute Dion Richmond. Bud. In the sixth season episode Father's Day, the twins meet their biological father, Matt Sullivan, played by Tony Carrero, a white, famous photojournalist who never married their mother, Russell Gavin, because they never got the chance. She was asked to paint a mural in Florida, and he was assigned the opportunity of a lifetime in the Middle East. Somehow that mural in Florida just kept them away. When he left, Russell told him she'd join him in Tel Aviv, but never mentioned her pregnancy. And after 6 months, she stopped writing. When she died, Matt wasn't allowed to see the girls because he could not prove he was their father. And when he searched for them later, he never found them because they had been adopted separately. Terrible, terrible. Now, before we get to episodes, let's talk about my favorite episodes. I loved Soupy. I love Soupy Campbell, honey. Anything with George. I'm going to live for Sherman Hemsley. That was my granddaddy. God rest his soul. So anyway, here's the episodes and the seasons, the last aired and all of that. You may pause if you'd like to see them, but I will be moving on in a few seconds. 2, 1, and we're moving on. The characters. Main characters, Tia Landry, played by Tia Mowry, as I had already told you, is an honest, responsible, mature, and straight A student who graduates from high school at the top of her class. She aspired to go to Harvard, but was rejected and attended the University of Michigan. Her main boyfriend is Ray's mechanic, Tyreek Scott, who later becomes a police escort at the University of Michigan. Their relationship started in the 5th season, though they broke up briefly in the 6th season. Then they reunited. Tia is also often, involved in Tamara's schemes, and Tamara sometimes has Tia pose as her, usually to take a tough exam. In Tamara's Black History Dream from season 5, Tia appeared as Bessie Coleman, who is on our list to talk about, honey. Bessie is coming up very soon. When is we talking about? We might have talked about Bessie already. Let me see. Okay, so this episode going out on the 24th. We talking about Bessie Coleman on March 20th. So come on back. Come on back. We're gonna talk about Bessie child. Tamara Campbell, who was played by somebody. Is Tia's total opposite personality-wise. She is highly impulsive, less intellectual than her sister, which I feel like is rude. I feel like she just didn't apply herself, but whatever. And a big fan of Coolio. This is Coolio for the young people. He don't look like this no more. He bald-headed with two twigs of hair. She had met Jordan Bennett, editor of her school's newspaper, and they started dating midway through the 5th season, and their relationship grew stronger in the 6th season. Never afraid to speak her mind, she often voiced her penchant for the Hush Puppies shoe brand, which this is just shoes, okay. I feel like they didn't give Tamara a lot in this biography. Lisa Landry, played by Jacques Herre, honey, Mary. Tia's adoptive mother, a fashion designer. Her personality is actually more aligned with Tamara's, sometimes being even more impulsive, lustful, and reckless than Tamara. She often cracks jokes throughout the episodes, typically at Ray's expense. She is prone to bouts of depression, child, during which she consumes high quantities of food because they love to make fun of a fat Black woman. Though it is also a running joke that she has a hearty appetite even when she is not depressed, because again, they love to make fun of a fat Black woman. Even though she wasn't even fat on the show. Look, she had looked good. She was a little, a little curvy, but like, child. Anyway, until season 3, Lisa ran her fashion design business, Fashions by Lisa, out of Ray's house. In the third season episode, History a la carte, Lisa moves her business to a cart in a local mall, which burns down because of a faulty popcorn machine in the season 4 episode, Sis Boom Ba. After which, she goes back to running her business out of Ray's house. Unlike Ray, she is not strict with the girls, though she has her moments. In Tamara's Black History Dream in season 5, she appears as Madam C.J. Walker, who did not invent the perm, nor did she invent the hot comb. Here she is. She marries Victor Sims in the finale, because they love a good marriage finale, honey. Don't even get me started on the Parkers. I will. We doing the Parkers. When are we doing the Parkers? The Parkers. That might be in that's April 7th. Come on back April 7th for the Parkers. Because we got things to talk about. Ray Campbell, played by Tim Reed, who was married to some woman that may exist, may not, who might have been, if they were to cast an Aunt Viv, because Aunt Viv went missing in season 4 of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and there just never was another one. But if there had been another Aunt Viv, I always feel like she would have been light-skinned for some reason, and that would be terrible. And I just, in my heart, feel like she would have been married in real life to Tim Reed. That seems like just, I don't know. That's just something in my head. If they had ever cast, someone else to play Aunt Viv after she disappeared. Ray Campbell by Tim Reed plays Tamara's widowed adoptive father. He runs his own successful limousine service and becomes Tia's father figure and is very strict with both girls because he ain't having it. His biggest weakness is attractive women who often seduce him, which I don't understand why you got Jackie Harry up in here, honey, with her curves and her bosoms, but you're not attracted to her. Okay. A recurring joke is how he slips when talking to women, like saying breast when he means rest, or Chardonnay naked for Chardonnay. Ooh. I was like, is that am I stupid? He dated Lisa for a time during the 4th season, though he and Lisa once accidentally kissed while dancing in season 1, the season 1 episode, The Concert, only to find out they were both thinking of their high school crushes while kissing. Though Ray is Tamara's adoptive father, he clearly aligns with Tia's personality. Both are intellectual and have more dignified personalities. That's just shade than Lisa and Tamara. In high school, he was a male cheerleader nicknamed Rah Rah Ray by his classmates. Ray is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, child. I don't know why. I don't do sororities. And the Republican Party. Ray is conservative and sometimes very cheap. In Tamara's season 5 Black History Dream, which seems to be the the pillar of the show, he appears as Daniel Hale Williams right here, who may or may not, be Black. We don't know. Get sketchy out here. People looking at me like, "Are you Black?" And yeah, girl, I'm Black. Look at the texture on the side of my hair. That's Black. Roger Evans, played by Marquise Houston, is Tia and Tamara's nerdy neighbor. Why he got more than Tia or Tamara? You combine Tia and Tamara's paragraphs and you get Roger. Child, he got a lot. The girls frequently reject his advances, which often include sexual innuendo, and the repeated chorus by the various members of the household was "Go home, Roger." Roger did actually date them on different occasions, only twice by their choice. That's not cute. I'm glad the 90s are over, honey, because that's not cute. This man just being in their house making sexual. He couldn't come to my house. Anyway, after going through a growth spurt in the season 4 episode When a Man Loves a Woman, he asked out both Tia and Tamara, along with several other girls at Roosevelt High. Roger eventually matures into the twins' confidant. Around the time the series began, Houston was a member of the R&B group Immature, later known as IMX. Houston's real life persona was written in as his character's cousin in the season 5 episode A Friend Indeed, because they love to have a Steve Urkel, Stefan Urkel moment, honey. They love to have you come back and play your own relative. Weird. For a number of episodes in season 5, Roger appears infrequently with little to no explanation. Marcus Houston's mother had cancer at the time, so we are praying and were praying at that time. At the end of season 5, Tia and Tamara graduate from high school. Roger is not seen or mentioned again. They could have said, shout out to our dog Roger or something, child. It is presumed that he is still in high school while Tia and Tamara are in college, as it is made clear in earlier episodes that Roger is a year younger than they were. After a long absence, he was written back into the series as he appears in the final episode as a guest at Lisa's wedding and sings a song for her as Roger and not as Batman from IMX. At the twins' high school graduation, Roger sings Never Say Goodbye as Roger. It is explained that he left the show to tend to his ill mother, and the fact that he was about to be written off the show anyway because his character is a year younger than the twins made it easier for him to leave. Now, Tyreek Scott had been played by fine Ronrico Lee. Tyreek is Tia's boyfriend during the final 2 seasons of the series, though he and Tia briefly break up in the 6th season. After realizing he is still in love with Tia, he eventually gets back together with her. He is a high school dropout after having a run-in with the law and being arrested for his older brother's Grand Theft Auto, child, not the video game. He eventually decides to get his GED. And with some help from Ray, he was permitted to graduate with the girls and Jordan. He goes on to attend and get a job as a security guard at the University of Michigan. He is later shown to be laid back, soft-spoken, and fairly mature. Still, he can be chauvinistic and temperamental at times. In Tamara's season 5, Black History Dream, which is the pinnacle of everything sister, he appears as Jackie Robinson, honey, the baseball man. There he is. Jackie was fine too. He appears in season 5 as a reoccurring cast member and is a series regular in season 6. Now, Bud, Jordan Bennett, played by Dion Richmond, Jordan is Tamara's boyfriend during the final 2 seasons of the series because they had to give them each a boyfriend. It couldn't be like, oh, I have a boyfriend, but my sister don't, because they have to be identical, but different, but identical. It's weird. Eventually going to college with girls. He is goofy, outspoken, and is just as passionate as Tamara. He is shown to be highly intelligent and ambitious, seeing as he was class president and editor of the school paper during his senior year. We later find out that Jordan suffers from a traumatic event in his childhood where his mother ran off with a deacon child at the church. This left him bitter towards congregations until Tamara helps ease his pain and find faith again, because we are Black and we love Jesus. He also pledges and eventually joined the Gamma Psi fraternity in his college. Is it not joins the Gamma Psi? Whatever. Y'all know I don't do sororities, honey. In Tamara's season 5 Black History Dream, which again is the pinnacle of everything sister, he appears as Martin Luther King Jr. We know him. There he is. Like Tyreek, he appears in season 5 as a reoccurring cast member and is a series regular in season 6. Now, supporting cast, Tia and Tamara's real life brother Taj Mowry, who played Smart Guy and Smart Guy, little TJ Henderson, who we will be talking about on March 10th. Come join us for that. He has appeared in 4 episodes of the season. He played Tia's cousin Taj in Get a Job, a kid visiting a mall Santa in Christmas, and appeared in a crossover role in Child's Play, in which he played TJ Henderson, his character from WB sitcom Smart Guy, which I thought was a Disney Channel show because it was on Disney Channel. TJ is a genius SAT tutor who is hired to help the girls prepare for their SAT in season 5. Sarah by the late Brittany Murphy. My God, today we'll be talking about Brittany. Come. It's late in the year now. Don't get your hopes up for an early Brittany discussion. Brittany will be talking about December 20th. So come back and join us on December 20th to talk about the death of Brittany Murphy. Here she is. For those of you that don't recognize the name, but here's the face. This is not the best picture of her, but that's what they gave us. Sarah is Tia and Tamara's best friend during the first season. She seems to have less trouble than other people in knowing which twin was which, I mean, you can literally look at them and tell which one is which, but okay. That's how I was about Mary Kate and Ashley. My mom would be like, which one is that? And I'd be like, that's Mary Kate. That's Ashley. That's how I am. Once I know which one is which, I know which one is which. Anyway, as seen in the season 1 episode Cheater, in which she asked Tia why she was in Tamara's class. Because girl, one got a mole and one don't. Also, girl, when Tamara asked her to take the test for her, the teacher was right behind her and they got caught. In the episode Smoking in the Girls' Room, she is seen smoking with the twins and 2 other friends. After season 2, Sarah is not seen or mentioned again. In real life, Brittany Murphy did not appear in the 3rd season due to filming Clueless, in which she was a virgin who could not drive. But she told the other girl she was a virgin and can't drive. Anyway, Terrence, played by Dorian Wilson, who is known for his role as Stanley Ogilvy. I told you we're going to talk about the Parkers coming soon. Terrence is the manager of the local food bay and supermarket who dated Lisa during season 2 and early season 3, and was very briefly engaged to her in the season 2 episode I Do. He is introduced in the episode Joey's Choice. Like Ray, many women are attracted. Like Ray. Like Ray, many women. Yeah. Like Ray, many women are attracted to him, but he seems to attract more pretty women. One of the reasons he and Lisa broke up was because of his weakness for gorgeous women. In Field Trip, she catches him flirting with a sexy clerk at a beauty shop. This character is one of 2 recurring characters from the show's ABC run to appear on the show during the show's run on the WB. Anna Slotsky's Denise Mondello is the other. After season 3 episode Big Twin on Campus, Terrence is never seen or mentioned again because, honey, they just move on. They don't talk about nobody. Steve, played by Victor Togunde, is the manager. Ooh, God, what happened to me? Is the manager of Rocky Burger, the fast food restaurant Tia and Tamara work at during season 2 because they're identical twins and they have to do the same thing. And early in season 3, Steve appears only in the 2nd season, however. Tia and Tamara coin a song that is a play on the song What a Man by En Vogue and Salt and Pepper. You know the song, what a man, what a man, what a man. Anyway, that plays on the nickname given to him behind his back by Tia and Tamara and other Rocket Burger employees, Stinky Steve. That's terrible. In the episode, that is terrible. In the episode Dream Lover, in which that occurred, Tia has a reoccurring romantic dream about Steve that disturbs her. Because listen, the girls will always have a dream, like Martin Luther King himself. Rhonda, played by the fine Bianca Lawson, Beyonce's big sister child, the Bianca Lawson, who has been 12 years old for her whole entire life. Maybe we'll talk about Bianca, honey. We got to talk about it because she had been playing. Let me see. Save the Last Dance in 2001. She was a teenager. Oh, that's movies. Let's look at shows. Sister in 95, 96, she was a teenager. Smart Guy, she was a teenager. Parenthood, she was a teenager. Steve Harvey Show, she was a teenager. The Temptations, she was Diana Ross. Dawson's Creek, she was a teenager. Skipping ahead. Secret Life of American Teenager. Guess what? She was a teenager. Vampire Diaries. I think she might have been a teenager. I never watched Vampire Diaries. Nikita, which was a sickening show we need to talk about. Hunty. Let me pencil Nikita in. She was I think she was a teenager. Pretty Little Liars. She played Maya Saint Germain, who was what? A teenager. American Horror Story. I don't remember her playing Abby in Monster House. Anyway, child. And on Queen Sugar, she played Darla, who is in her 20s. So since 1990, whatever, to the 2000 teens and 20s, my good sister has only aged on TV maybe 5 years. Rhonda is the popular girl in Tia and Tamara's high school who always made fun of them, especially their fashion choices. But in her last appearance, her attitude had become kinder, yet her physical appearance had altered, which is odd. After the third season, with the exception of the season premiere, You Are So Beautiful, in which the girls find out that to their disbelief that Rhonda blew up over the summer, becoming burly and mannish in appearance, which like maybe he was trans, maybe they were trans. Why are you? The 90s was terrible. 90s was terrible. The character was played by Larry Rentz. I do not remember this episode, so I'm gonna have to do a quick little Google. Why would they do that to Bianca Lawson? Rhonda is not seen or mentioned again. Bianca's father, Richard Lawson, who is married to Miss Tina Lawson, who is Beyonce's own birth mother, appears in the final season as Lisa's boyfriend, Victor Sims, with whom she marries. Denise Mondello played Anna Slotsky, played by Anna Slotsky. Denise is one of Tia and Tamara's friends who appears in the show's second and third seasons. Denise, unlike Tia and Tamara, was employed at Rocket Burger. In the season 2 episode Single White Teenager, the character's first appearance in production order, though she appeared in an earlier episode in season 2, Denise was paired with Tamara as a science partner while Tia was sick. And because they had to be science partners because they were identical twins and they had to do everything together. And later started to dress like Tia and Tamara as well, even claiming she was going to start being called by her middle name of Tanya in order to match theirs, causing panic by Tia and Tamara, only to find out it was a joke. The character is one of only 2 recurring. Yeah, she did ABC and the WB, honey. Steve, who was played by Steve Monroe, is one of the twins' guy friends in the third season, who is depicted as not being very bright, and is revealed in the episode The Tutor to be a player on the Roosevelt High's basketball team. Ernie, who was played by Harvey Lowe Jr., unfamiliar. Ernie is one of Tia and Tamara's guy friends in the third season and is revealed to be a drama club member in the episode Private School. Jimmy Soupy Campbell, honey, we love us some Soupy, played by the late great Sherman Hemsley, George. Soupy is Ray's father. Perfect casting, by the way. Perfect casting. Who was introduced in season 3 episode Grandpa Campbell, who was often in shady dealings. He states that in that episode that he got the nickname Soupy not because his surname is Campbell, which would be a play on the Campbell soup brand, but because of the tight situations he gets himself into, claiming he is always in hot water. Ray did not have a good relationship with his father initially and often disapproved of his decisions because Ray is a Republican. But they started to have somewhat of an understanding by the end of his first appearance on the show. Soupy appears in 2 additional season 3 episodes, Christmas and Summer Bummer, and makes his final appearance in the season 5 episode Shoeless, with Soupy acting as the fairy godmother to mirror Cinderella, as she couldn't go to Jordan's graduation party. I'm struggling here. Mr. Mitshuka, played by Fred Willett, this man that we've seen in literally everything, is the vice principal of Roosevelt High and the founder of a conservatory, honey, for young musicians. In his last 2 appearances, he tries a bit hard to be cool, which he does in everything he's ever played in, with the students. The character appears in the season 3 episodes, The Piano Lesson, The Candidate, and The Audition. Dave, played by Dave Gordon Strickland Jr. himself, is a security guard at the mall where Lisa works. He is often, I can't read to save me, shown to be slightly incompetent and losing his job in one episode. It's a lot. How many more? Absolutely not. Gabrielle Union and Rolanda Watts had been on the show. There's Rolanda. We know where Gabrielle looked like. There's Gabrielle. Child, special guest appearances, my absolute favorite girl group in the whole wide world, 702, Flex Alexander, John B. Milton Berle, Maya Campbell, who we praying for today, honey. We're praying for her. Brian McKnight, we praying for him too. Christina Milian, honey, dip it low, pick it up slow, move it all around. Kel Mitchell, Goody Mob, Mari Murrow, Taj Mallory, Brittany Murphy, Maya, Miss Whose Draws Are These herself. Next, the music group, Blackstreet, Johnny Brown, Olivia Brown, Orlando Brown, who we are praying for, Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, Nikki Cox, oh God, help us today, and these people, RuPaul, Mary Kay Ashley, Kyla Pratt, who is everywhere, Christopher Reed and Daphne Maxwell Reed, who may or may not, very well may not have been thought of to be Vivian Banks if they had ever recast for Aunt Viv. Janae Dubois, honey, Michael Clark Duncan, God rest both of their souls. Donald Faison, child, right here, little cute Donald. Kirk Franklin, God rest his soul. Tyrese, God rest his soul. Nikki Gilbert, God rest her soul. Strong like stone, earthly color brown, child. Merlin Santana, God rest her soul. His soul, I'm sorry. Fine, Merlin Santana, child. Lamaya Good, who we ain't seen in many moons, honey. I hope she's okay. And can we check on her sister, honey? Because you know that's Megan Good's sister. And all of these other people, child. Taraji, Mindy Sterling. They didn't have to do this picture, honey. They did not have to do this picture. D.L. Hughley, Immature, Shar Jackson, Wesley fine, Wesley Jonathan. I'm gonna pull him up in case you don't know the name to the face, but my God, today. Oh no, Wesley. Oh, what's going on, Wesley? Your face didn't age, but the perimeters of your face have aged. Wesley. Wesley, sweetness. Sweetness. He's only 43. Why? Okay, anyway, back to this. Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. Melinda Williams, the sickening diva herself. Melinda, we love it. Vesta, okay, love me some Vesta. I love Vesta, God rest her soul. I love Vesta. Like to take the time to get to know you. Girl, Vesta. Oh, God rest her. Khalil Kane, who had done play what's her face husband on Girlfriends? Golden Brooks character, Maya. Casey Kasem, this white man right here. Lisa Leslie, child. Lisa, the basketball sports player who has taken a better picture than this. Leslie, whose mother was a truck driver. I read that when I was in 3rd grade, and it stuck with me. Phil Lewis, Mr. Mosby. Y'all, all these people. Go back and look at it if you want to know. I want to know. Production happened. The theme song happened. Honey, Sister, Sister, who was sung by, they thought it was Shanice, honey, or In Vogue. Shanice is married to Flex Alexander, who played Michael Jackson in that movie and should not have. Child, it don't say who sung it. The last song was sung by Tia and Tamara. I remember that, honey, because they had done tried to have them a light singing career, but it didn't go anywhere. Anyway, child, y'all can read all this on your own time, honey. I have been here a long periodically time. It had done went into syndication. You know it did. As of 2021, it's available to stream on Netflix, Hulu, and Paramount Plus in the US, honey. So if you here in the US and you have Netflix, Hulu, and or Paramount Plus, or the three, go ahead and get your life streaming, honey. But skip that episode about that dream, honey, because they made that too much of the point of the show about that Black History dream, child. Y'all know your Black History. You don't have to watch that. They talked about maybe a revival, but honey, we don't want it. We don't want it. It looks kind of dead right now. You're right. Like Michael Jackson said when Chris Tucker said, she looks good. That girl, she's fine. She's fine. Michael Jackson said, she looks good. You're right. You're right, Tia, whichever twin, honey. Twin. I hate when folks call twins twin. And when twins call twins twin. Hey, twin, this my twin. And they really be twins. Even when they're not twins. But when they really be twins, it'd be like, your twin has a name. Like, anyway, thank you for coming over for TV Thursday, honey, and talking about sister with me. What's your favorite episode or episodes? Like, comment, subscribe, hunty, and tell me what shows you want to talk about, and maybe we'll pencil them in, honey. Anyway, catch you later. Catch you later. What? Peace.